What's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of the Young Guns podcast. So, Spencer Martin is a member of the Columbus Blue Jackets. So, we all know the Vancouver Canucks had a logjam in terms of goaltenders. They traded for Casey DeSmith, where Tanner Pearson gets traded to Montreal. So, people were questioning what's going to happen here with Spencer Martin, who played a huge sum of games last year with Thatcher Demko being injured. So we didn't know what was going to go on, and the decision was ultimately to try to trade him. That didn't work. They placed him on waivers, and he gets claimed by Columbus. We all know that Colorado is seeking goalie help as well because Pavel Francouz is injured, and they lost out on Casey DeSmith. Now they lose out on Spencer Martin, probably because the Columbus Blue Jackets finished lower in the standings last season, meaning that they had higher priority. Same thing goes with the Tampa Bay Lightning, who's in search of a goaltender as well, with Vasilevsky being out for the next 2 months. So, he's a member of the Columbus Blue Jackets. But why acquire Spencer Martin? Already have a solid goaltending duo. Well, I'll explain in a second. Well, you have injuries to think about, and also in terms of their play as well. So, according to Aaron Portzline of the Columbus Blue Jackets, he says the tandem of Elvis Merzlikins and Danil Tarasov both struggled in their play and health last season. Tarasov knee injury has missed all of camp this far. Martin gives them an insurance policy and perhaps an AHL goalie to pair with Jet Greaves and Aaron Dell in camp on PTO. So it makes a ton of sense in terms of this acquisition of Spencer Martin, in terms of the Columbus Blue Jackets. In terms of Spencer Martin's numbers, what can they expect from him? Well, he's 28 years old. He was drafted in the third round by Colorado in 2013. And just looking at his numbers last year, you know, not the greatest. 0.871 in terms of his save percentage is not the greatest. In terms of goals against average, it's 3.99. He played 29 games, which was the most he's played, in the NHL. So, he had a lot of experience to gain from that last season, with Thatcher Demko being out for a good portion of the season in 2022, 2023, but his numbers aren't the greatest. Hopefully, this change of scenery helps Spencer Martin, as the Columbus Blue Jackets are looking to be a little bit more competitive compared to last season. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs, but definitely they are a better team on paper this year than last season. In terms of his cap hit, well, he has a year left at $762,000. And, let's say Tarasov does come back. Well, they could always move him heading towards the trade deadline. But, guys, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this acquisition of Spencer Martin. What are your expectations? Are you guys excited? Are you guys bummed out that Tarasov is out with an injury and now we have Spencer Martin coming into the fold and, taking up the reins as a potential backup for Merzlikins, which I would think makes the most sense. Spencer Martin, unfortunately, didn't have a spot with the Vancouver Canucks. And even though teams like Columbus, Colorado, and Tampa Bay were searching for goaltenders, Columbus gets a very cheap goaltender in Spencer Martin, where they didn't have to trade any assets. So that makes a lot of sense for them. So that's a good pickup for them. The only thing that could scare off a lot of Columbus Blue Jackets fans and players is how he played last year, and his numbers were pretty deceiving. Hopefully, he's able to bounce back with Columbus, and this turns out to be a good acquisition for them. Guys, I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Columbus Blue Jacket fans, please comment in the comment section below. What do you think of this acquisition? What do you think Colorado and Tampa Bay will do moving forward now that they've lost out on Casey DeSmith, Spencer Martin, and probably are going to be forced to sign a guy like Halak, who is a UFA, or maybe have to trade for somebody else, or hope that a team places another goaltender on waivers that they could pick up. But thank you so much, guys, for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Young Guns podcast.